Let's conclude the chapter with the last topic. Can water dissolve any amount of a substance? Can we dissolve any amount of substance in water? We'll find this out in the video. Then we'll study what is solubility of a substance, what is a solution, and what are the properties of a solution. First topic is solubility of a substance. In a very simple language, let me tell you what is solubility. Solubility is basically the ability of any substance to get dissolved in the water, or the quantity of the substance that gets dissolved in the water is called solubility of a substance. Salt and sugar are soluble substances. We know we can dissolve salt and sugar easily in the water, which readily dissolve in water, but we cannot dissolve any amount of salt or sugar in a given amount of water. They get dissolved in the water easily, but you cannot dissolve any amount of salt or sugar in the given amount of water. Let's give you an example. If I take a glass, or one tumbler I have taken here. I have filled the water in the tumbler. In this tumbler, I have added 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, when I stir it, it will get easily dissolved in the water, and this forms your sugar solution. Right. After this, I have added 4 more spoons of sugar in the tumbler. When I keep stirring, at a point, some of the sugar will get settled down at the bottom of the tumbler and they will not get dissolved. This is your saturated solution, and this is here you get the sugar solution, but this is the solubility of the sugar. The amount of sugar that can easily be dissolved in the water is called solubility. Okay. A given quantity of water can dissolve only certain maximum amount of a substance in a given quantity. The given quantity here is half tumbler of water or half beaker of water. Such a solution of water is called saturated solution. Now here you cannot dissolve more sugar in this water. So this is the saturated solution. This is saturated solution, and this is just sugar solution, and this is saturated sugar solution. Okay, where you cannot dissolve any more amount of sugar in it. Hence, a solution in which no more substance can be dissolved is called a saturated solution. The solubility of different substance in water is different. The solubility of different substance. Let's take an example of salt and sugar here. You will notice in a tumbler, you can dissolve maybe 4 spoons of salt easily in the water, but in the same quantity of water you may be able to dissolve only 3 spoons of sugar. So what does this prove? This shows that the ability or the solubility of different substances in water is different. Hence, the amount of salt and sugar that can be dissolved in same amount of water is different. Now, what is solubility? Solubility, as I told you, is the maximum amount of a substance that can be dissolved in 100 ml of water at a given temperature. That is at a room temperature. At the room temperature in 100 ml, what is the maximum quantity of salt or sugar that can be dissolved in water is called the solubility of substance. I would recommend you children that you should perform the small activity to find what is solubility. Okay, and the quantity of salt and sugar that you can dissolve in 100 ml, or you may take half cup of water. In that you add spoon by spoon and mix and dissolve. Okay, then you note down in half cup of water how many spoons of sugar could be dissolved easily and how many spoons of salt could be dissolved. You will notice the difference in the solubility of salt and sugar in the activity. Okay. Now, once the solution gets saturated, you will get collection of salt or sugar at the bottom of the tumbler. Now, what is the effect of heat on solubility? Can you tell me that? When you heat this saturated solution, you will see the solid particles that could not be mixed in water or dissolved in water, they start getting dissolved in water. This shows that temperature increases the solubility of substance in water. If you heat a saturated solution, the substance settled at the bottom of a solution will dissolve. This shows that the solubility of a substance increases with heat. The solubility of the substance increases with heat. Let's do an activity to study solubility. Different substances dissolve in water in different quantities. As I told you, in case of salt and sugar, their solubility is different in same quantity of water. Let's take 20 ml water in a glass and add 1 spoon of salt to it. We are taking 20 ml of water in a glass and we have added 1 teaspoon of salt. So, can you tell me what will happen? The salt will get dissolved easily in the water. Stir the solution till the salt dissolves completely. Keep adding teaspoons of salt till salt starts settling at the bottom. You have to keep adding and dissolving the salt till the salt starts settling at the bottom. This shows now your solution is saturated. No more substance can be dissolved in this solution. This solution is said to be saturated. Now, no more salt could be added in this solution. Repeat the above activity by dissolving sugar in water till no more sugar dissolves. Same activity in a different tumbler you have to perform with sugar. Okay, till when you will add the sugar? Till the sugar starts settling at the bottom, that is, it becomes a saturated solution. You will observe that different amounts of salt and sugar dissolve in water before it becomes saturated. What I told you, the solubility of sugar and salt is different in water. So that observation you will do when you will perform this activity. This shows that the solubility of different substance is different in water. What does this show? That the solubility of different substance in water in same quantity of water is different. Here the observation is written. Substance that they are taking here is salt. They have taken salt and in 200 ml of water they are able to dissolve 5 teaspoons of salt. But in the case of sugar, only 4 teaspoons of sugar could be dissolved in 200 ml of water. So you can see solubility of salt is better than solubility of sugar in water. Okay. Now let's see, here you have taken 200 ml of water in the tumbler and you are adding salt, 1 teaspoon of salt in it. What you will observe? That salt dissolves completely in water. Salt dissolves completely in water. It is unsaturated. This tumbler of salt water solution is unsaturated. Unsaturated means you can add more salt into it. Now we are adding more salt into it. Finally, after 5 spoons, you will observe salt dissolve, leaving a little undissolved salt. Some of the salt dissolves, but little undissolved salt is left. So now this becomes your saturated solution. With this, now let's see what is a solution. When we add salt to water and dissolve it, when we add salt to water and dissolve it, a solution is formed. That is, mixture of water and salt is called the solution. This is called salt solution. Similarly, if we add sugar to water, we get sugar solution. Solution is a mixture in which substance completely dissolves in a liquid. What is solution? It is not saturated. It is unsaturated. That is, whatever mixture you are adding, whatever substance you are adding to it is completely dissolved in it. For example, a salt solution or a sugar solution. Next is properties of a solution. A solution is formed by completely dissolving a substance in a liquid. When you completely dissolve a substance in a liquid, this is your solution. When no more substance can be dissolved in solution, it is said to be saturated. If a saturated solution is heated, more substance can be dissolved in it. We have learned that with increase in temperature, the solubility of the substance increases. So, when the saturated solution is heated, more substance can be dissolved in it. When a saturated substance cools down, when we heat it, the solubility increased. But when we are chilling it, when we are cooling it down, what happens? The extra substance that was dissolved with heating, the extra salt or the extra sugar that was dissolved settles down at the bottom. The extra substance settles down at the bottom. Hence, the solubility of substance decreases on cooling. Solubility of substance decreases on cooling and solubility of substance increases with heating. Okay, this you may have observed in the sugar syrups that you get with sweets like gulab jamun and all. Okay, in gulab jamun, the syrup is very thick, very concentrated. When you keep it in fridge for chilling, you will see crystals of sugar in the syrup. That means with cooling, the solubility of the substance decreases. Different substances dissolve in different amounts in a solution before it becomes saturated. We have learned that the solubility of substance differ. Hence, the solubility of different substance is different. So, I will suggest when you are performing the activity of getting the saturated solution, I would recommend you take 200 ml of chilled water in a tumbler and 200 ml of normal water in a tumbler, and then 200 ml of little warm water in a tumbler. Make a chart of your observation. How many spoons of sugar as well as salt you are able to dissolve in chilled water, normal water and warm water. With this, we complete the chapter. Till now, we studied water mixtures, reasons for separating substances from a mixture, different methods of separation, separation of substance by using more than one method, and finally, can water dissolve any amount of substance?